I've been a minimalist for almost 7 years now, and I've been practicing frugal living for much longer than that. So today I'm sharing a list of 10 things that I have cut from my budget that have helped my husband and I save 50 to 75% of our income, pay off $250,000 worth of debt in 5 years, and also be able to afford our dream house and our dream life here in Europe. Some of the things on this list are things that I cut from my budget a long time ago, and some of the things on this list are things that are fairly recent cuts that might surprise you. Let's dive in. Number 1 on this list is debt. It's always been my philosophy that if you can't buy something with cash and have to go into debt to purchase it, then you probably don't need that thing. And the only exception that I've ever made to this was when I took out student loans to be able to afford college. And obviously most people probably can't afford to buy a house all cash. So in that case, you may need to accept that you have to take on a little bit of debt. But when it comes to buying things like cars or clothes or purses or anything else like that, I never put something on a credit card that I can't pay off immediately. The only reason that I've had a credit card is to build my credit, and I have excellent credit. So I have definitely made it a habit to say no thank you to debt. Number 2 is car costs. So this is a fairly recent cut that we've made, and in the past year and a half, we have not incurred any costs towards cars or car maintenance because we got rid of our car. And when you get rid of a car, there's a lot of fees that you can cut. You cut down on monthly payments, auto insurance, maintenance costs, gas and car washes, and all of the little things that go into a car that you don't even think about. However, this is something that I don't think is going to be a permanent cut from our budget because my husband is a car person and he likes having a car, and it does make it more convenient and make us more mobile to be able to get around and see Europe, which is something that we have been wanting to do. But I do think that I have finally persuaded my husband to buy a used car versus a brand new car because he has always purchased cars brand new, and I have always told him that it's so much smarter to buy used cars because the instant you drive that car off the lot, it depreciates so much in value. So we'll see if there's a car in the future for us, but for right now, we're saving a lot of money every month by not having a car and car-related fees. Number 3 on this list shocked even me, and that is coffee. And I'm not talking about takeaway coffee, I'm talking about coffee at all. We have been making coffee at home for our entire relationship. We've never been people who did takeaway coffee, but also recently we have completely cut coffee from our budget entirely. And this is something that I thought I would never, ever give up. But recently my husband read a study where they said that drinking coffee can reduce the gray matter in your brain, but that if you stop drinking coffee, it can bounce back really fast. So we decided to run an experiment in our home and stop drinking coffee during the week and only have 1 cup on Sundays. And what we found is that we felt like we were a lot more focused and productive and also less anxious and stressed out. And once we stopped drinking the coffee during the week, we found that we didn't even crave it on Sundays. So then we cut it out completely. So that's going to be a significant amount of savings considering that we would drink like 2 cups each per day. Number 4 on this list is alcohol, and this is something that we decided to do back after Christmas. My husband and I decided to challenge ourselves to 1 year of no alcohol. While we made this budget cut more for the health benefits and as a personal challenge, there are significant savings that you can incur considering that reports say that the average American spends around 34 to 40 bucks a month on alcohol. And obviously if you go out more often or you buy more high-end alcohol, that number is going to go up too. So cutting alcohol and other vices like cigarettes might be a good way to boost your monthly savings. Number 5 on this list is cable TV. And apart from the time where we lived in Chicago and our cable subscription was rolled into our HOA fee, we have never paid for cable TV since then. However, now that we live in Germany, we do have to pay a monthly mandatory TV tax, which is around 18 euros and 36 cents per household per month. My husband is here. Lean down and tell us, how do you pronounce the word for the mandatory TV tax?
It's called Rundfunkbeitrag.
Yeah. And everyone has to pay it, right?
Everyone has to pay it. It's not called a tax, but really is a tax because there's no way out of it.
Yeah, we have to pay it. All right, thanks for your pronunciation help. Now for entertainment, we do have Netflix as well as Amazon Prime, so those are things that we enjoy watching. But as for cable TV, we've really cut it out from our budget long ago and not missed it at all. Number 6 on this list is toxic people. And when you think about cutting things from your budget, your friendships and relationships probably aren't at the forefront of your mind, but maybe they should be. I've definitely had a problem with having friends that mooched off of me and took advantage of me in the past. Cutting these kinds of people out of my life has not only helped my wallet, but it's also helped my peace of mind because I no longer have these people draining me financially and energetically. So when you're looking at things to try to cut from your budget, ask yourself if there's any people in your life that you want to cut out, like people who are always asking to borrow money from you, but then never pay you back, or who are always encouraging you to go out for drinks when they know that you're on a budget. Don't be afraid to cut people like this out of your life. Number 7 on this list is late fees. It is a terrible, terrible feeling to realize that not only do you have to pay a bill, but then you also have to pay a late fee because you didn't pay it on time. So I have made sure to get more on top of my budget so that I don't incur any late fees. And sometimes that means setting up automatic payments so that I can just set it and forget it. And I don't have to worry about making the payment on time because I know that it's already scheduled in advance. And then I just check in to my bank periodically and make sure that those payments are going out on time. Number 8 is diet and weight loss products. And I know that I'm not alone in this because I recently read that the global weight loss and weight management diet market size reached a value of more than $175 billion in 2022. So literally, diet and weight loss is a multi-billion-dollar industry. This is definitely something that I struggled with in the past because as a former binge eater, I used to go on binges and then my weight would go up and I would respond by yo-yo dieting and trying all of these various plans and products that were supposed to help me lose weight, but they really never delivered on their promises. Diet and weight loss products are really more of a band-aid versus a cure. So I found that cutting them out of my budget was not something that I missed at all. And actually, when I focused on healing the other things that were actually causing me to stress out and overeat and gain the weight, that's what made the biggest difference in my life. Number 9 on this list is Bookstore Binges. I'd grab a giant pile of books, no matter if it was at Barnes & Noble or if it was at the secondhand bookstore, and I would inevitably leave with a lot of books and then feel guilty because actually I didn't have enough time to read all of the books and they just kept piling up and weighing on my mind and cluttering up my home, and I was spending a lot of money on stuff that I wasn't even reading. So I cut out the Bookstore Binges. I also decluttered my books and kept only a few that I love to come back to now and then. Number 10 on this list is makeup. Now, I do still wear makeup, although I don't wear a lot of makeup and I keep it pretty minimal. But in the past, I used to be someone who would just go to like Walmart or the drugstore and I would just browse around and I would be hoping to find like the perfect lip shade that would make my lips not look so thin when they actually are really thin. And I would buy all of these various kinds of makeup to try, and then I'd end up using them a couple times, not liking them, and then they just pile up. I had like a huge makeup caboodle of makeup and nail polish and things that I didn't use. So I stopped buying makeup just because, and instead when I buy makeup now, it's to replace the makeup that I already have when it's run out. I hope you enjoyed this video on things that I've cut from my budget, and if you are looking for more ideas of things to cut from your budget, make sure to go check out this video, or I'll see you next week. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.